step where we're taking life is our next one. But while we're still our feet stuck in concrete, if you're feet stuck in concrete, we're afraid to make enemies. We're afraid to speak what's on our mind. We're afraid of being in that group of people. And when you walk away, we're afraid of what they might say behind your back. All that fear clouds your brain, clouds your thinking. One thing in life, you're going to always have haters. Embrace them. If you can walk on water, trust me, your haters are saying you can walk on water because you can swim. Learn one thing. Shut the fucking noise out. Embrace the fact that people don't like you. You should do something right. Stay hard. Stay in fight. So another year is come and gone. I was in the same place we were last year. What are you waiting on? We sleep 1/3 of our fucking lives. And we think we can take fucking days off. We think we have the right to sit back and give ourselves options on which way we're going to go in life. Am I going to run today? Am I going to work out today? Well, it's Christmas. It's New Year's. It's my birthday. You think time gives a fuck that it's Christmas, that it's New Year's, that it's your birthday? You give yourself too many fucking options. Let me tell you one thing. Time's running out. You keep on sitting around wondering what the fuck you want to do. You're just going to run out of time. So make sure you do one thing. Stop following a crowd. That may take time off, but you can't afford to. Stay hard. Let's approach our goals this year with a different mindset, a surgical mindset. When I was in elementary, our science teacher had us get a glass and put in the sink. He said, before you go to bed, turn the faucet on. So this one drip gets into that cup. And by the time you wake up, it'll be full of water. You were teaching us about value. I didn't learn about value that day. I learned about patience. All I wanted to do was turn that faucet on and fill that glass up. That's not how our goals go. Our goals don't go fast like that. They go like that drip of water. But what I took from it is this. That drip of water was building that endurance in your mind. That drip of water is building that calluses in your mind. And that's what you need to have. This is a slow process. And that drip of water taught me that. So today, I decided to try to PR my long run. So the first half of the run, I'm feeling great. My mind is clear, nothing going on. Think about nothing but just my running pace, what I'm doing, my breathing, everything like that. Get to mile 15, I turn around, and the demons start to creep in. That inevitable walls are creeping up on me. When you push so hard, something's about to give. Start to give. My body started to break down. I started feeling my legs starting to hurt. I started feeling dehydrated. Started feeling sorry for myself. Started looking around. No one knows I'm out here running. Why don't you go ahead and just stop? Call your girl and pick you up. And that's not a little bitch. And this is when your mind has to change. You gotta start thinking, I'm the greediest motherfucker in the world. Your dehydration? Fuck it. You break them up your lips. Your legs are all sore. You feel like you got shin splits, skin scratches. No, you don't. You got sore legs. Get out of your head and stay hard. Got a question. You transform yourself from ordinary. The first thing you gotta do is the exact opposite of everybody else. I'm a bulldog. I've known lots of dogs all my time. But I've never seen a dog eat like this. You put the food down, she buries her face in the bowl and attacks it. Never looks up. Stop worrying about it. I called the breeder. I have to what's up with this shit. She says, yes. As a puppy, there's limited food. So they attack it. You're afraid they won't eat. So I figure she got broken. 6 years later, got her own bowl. Her refrigerator full of food. Her mentality is not the same. She acts like the 20 puppies out there. Trying to steal her food. You get that kind of mentality. You'll be successful. And if you're not constantly performing without purpose, you're not going to be ready when the time comes. It's this magical purpose that we're all looking for. But what's funny about it all is that we need these things to perform. There may be another purpose, like being a single, going to college, whatever. But the main purpose of life is you. So if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself. And that's what you need to really research is, man, why am I not doing this for myself? Because that is the number one purpose of life, is to better oneself. So that's the only purpose I need. So the reason I get up every day, even though there's no race, or there's no school, or there's nothing in front of me, is because I have pride in myself. There's been this unrelenting voice in my head. We don't have this voice. It's the right or wrong voice. And a lot of times that voice guides us into comfort. And my voice guided me to comfort a lot. But I have this other voice I heard my whole life saying, hey, Mom, what are you doing? No, man, we gotta go over here. We have to go over into that rock pile, over in the corner, where nobody's at. That's where victory's at. We're over in that corner. So this voice was giving me all these answers. Now, I wasn't a real smart kid growing up, but I had this crazy voice in my head saying, over there is where the answers are. And I wouldn't listen to it, because over there was pain. Over there was me looking in the mirror. Over there was me being accountable for all these things I went through my life. Even though people put it on me, it's now mine to own. And I didn't want to go there by myself. But I had to. And this voice was guiding me there. It's God, whatever you want to call it. But that's what it was in me. This ain't you, bro. This ain't you. You weren't born like this. This ain't you. The real you, bro. This ain't you, man. But that real me back here every time is saying, that ain't you. That ain't you. And I have to outwork that voice. I believe in a higher power. Don't know the names, don't know where it's coming from, don't anything like that. But I believe that this power, and visualize it real quick. Let's say it's a man up there or whatever, and they have a chart. And when you're born, they say David Goggins, born February 17, 1975 at 6 a.m. They write the chart down because they can see everything. They know exactly where you're supposed to be. They know where you're supposed to be. You die, you go to so-called heaven. You arrive at heaven, I'm 300 pounds. I retired as an Ecolab guy, which is okay, just a job, whatever. I go up there, and God looks at me, and he shows me my chart. And my chart on there says you're supposed to be a Navy SEAL. You're supposed to weigh 185 pounds. You're supposed to be one of the smartest people on the planet. This, and all this. You see this. And now you're in heaven, you made it to heaven, but you're like, God, I thought I was supposed to live that life. I was supposed to live that life. And then you find out that the reason why, because we all think that you play on it, if you do this, you can do that, whatever, it don't work. Because it's going to magically happen for you. No. I believe that when I'm all said and done with, my whole job is to outwork the chart. Whatever the chart says about me, the all-knowing power up there, I want to get up there and say, hey, look at me and say, I know everything. I didn't see this.
175.
I didn't see this. I want to feel that. I want to get to the other end of this world, and however I'm being judged, whoever's judging me, to look at me and say, I did not. No, I had you at 185, I had you at this, but all this other shit, I was right as you were living it. I want to find more. All I can. And in that sack of shit, you have to dive in that to find more. Because if you're not willing to go in there and face yourself, I can find anything. You're going to live right here on surface, man, right here on surface. So there is an ending to this world, and there is somewhere to go, and there's a judgment. You're going to get there, and you might see a chart. And that chart may tell you who you should have been. And then you get the rest of your life to think about that. And I could live a better life. If I would have just suffered a little bit more. If I just would have went that shit and realized I had so much more. But fear, 40%, living here, living here, being afraid. Stop it. So I'm a big guy in visualizing. I'm a big guy making a world that exists. To me, it does. To me, it does. And I'm over
11 minutes.
every day. And you gotta find tools to do that. That's a tool that I use. So that's what it's all about. Life's always giving you a test, trying to give you a way out, trying to give you an excuse not to show up. This is my excuse today. But guess what? You gotta have the mentality to show up every day of your life. No matter what life throws at you. It's our responsibility to show up to the Coliseum of life, prepare for your battle. I don't care what you're going through, what life's throwing at you. It's your responsibility to find a new 100%. I'm a big believer in doing something that sucks every single day of your life. Every day you're trying to find more of what you're capable of. That's the big question. What are you capable of? Stop doing the things that you do every day. Do the shit that no one else wants to do. Do the shit that no one else is even thinking about doing. You don't find inspiration by not living in the grip of life. You need to live in the grip of life to find inspiration. Put challenges in front of yourself. When you put a challenge in front of yourself and you attack it, that's when you find inspiration. I wish the water was cold. I wish that my instructors keep on running. I wish the rain, when the end is unknown and the distance is unknown, that's when you know who you are. If it was raining outside at 3 o'clock in the morning, if it was snowing, the first instinct is don't go out there and do shit. My instinct was, I gotta go out there. Anything that was fucking horrible in my life that I would normally say no, I had to go do that.
This year we did. So that year. So they started. So
that became my new fucking life.
you feel it.
Most people want to get out of it. I said, no, this is your new life. This is who you are.
Feels like someone upper figuring me out a lot shot, you know? The gray and solar black.
After I realized if that's my mentality, this ain't hard anymore. And you gotta go to water. You're gonna get to this done. And they say you're out, you get out. So my new norm, so I do that now today. My new norm now is if I'm doing a 200-mile run, your new norm now, man, you're fucking doing 200 fucking miles. I'm in Las Vegas right now, it's hot as shit. It's not about any of that. But what it is about is a lot of us give total control to life. We don't have any control of, we just give all control of life. I'm doing it every morning to prepare my mind for what life's gonna throw at me. I'm not training for a race. I'm training for life. I'm training for the time when I get that 2 o'clock in the morning call that my mom is dead or something happens tragic in life. I don't fall apart. A healthy body gives you a healthy mind. That's what it's about. I'm training my mind and my body and my spirit so it's all one, so I can handle what life is going to throw at me. Because the life I've lived, it throws a whole bunch at you. Because the reality is about 90 degrees and 100% humidity. Who gives a shit? That being said, September 3rd, I had to have my book turned in. And when I realized, I'm reading this book a lot, but I realized I wasn't born this moment. I made them. At the bottom of insecurities, fear, self-doubt, lies, was me, buried in the fucking fetal position. My dad became when I was growing up. I had a 4th grade reading level in high school. I stuttered. I lied to people to be the fucking friends. I got called nigger every day of my life growing up. I had stuff on my notebook, nigger, we're gonna kill you. And it haunted me. I came home one night from work, spraying for cockroaches. I turned on the Discovery Channel. I saw some guys going to Navy SEAL training. And they're going to be helping, they're getting their ass just beat. In and out of the water, guys ringing the bell. There's suffering. And I was weighing like 297 pounds. And I had to make a change in my life. I was at an all-time low, and I wasn't going anywhere, and I was exactly what everybody said I was going to be, which is nothing. So I had to make a change. Clock goes off at 4 or 5 in the morning. Your mind says no. You just say, this is what we do. is what we do now. Because to get to where you want to go, the amount of pain involved, the amount of mental pain, of how many times you're going to have to do something that you don't want to do, get to where you want to go. Just give it more time to do something that you don't want to do than you are going to want to do. That's your new norm. That's your new norm. So then it's like breathing. And then once you do this over and over and over again, it becomes like breathing. I don't want to live this lifestyle, but to get to the other side of this, I have to. So if you really want it, you realize what trying is and what trying is not. There's a quote that was said, the 100 men that go on the war, 10 shouldn't even be there. 80 of them are just targets. 9 do most of the fighting. 1 is a warrior. And it's a true quote to life. I saw it going through training. I saw it everywhere I went. There's so many people who just show up to life that shouldn't even be around. And there's few people who do all the work. I want to be part of that 9, and I'm working towards being that 1. And that's just how I live my life. That's why there's a lot of average. And it makes me so mad. Every day I walk this earth and I see average all over the place. And they want to ask me, how did you do it? I can't tell you how, because you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. You're gonna continue being, because every day you wake up, like he says, like get the coffee, make the pancakes, kiss the girl, kiss the kids. You wake up, right to work. Immediately your mind is in action. No, I'm well. But don't be mad. When you're laying there in your bed and you're in the hospital and you're 70, 80, yeah, I feel like I didn't do something. Because you did. You did do it. Man, lived a great life, man, but you're always going to feel empty inside. There's so much in you that God, or whatever the hell you believe in you, that you have not unlocked. God, I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, because it's about 75% of you is still in here. Still chained up. Because you didn't want to find your willpower. Didn't want to find your soul, your will, your heart, your determination, your guts, your courage. And what that looks like, it looks scary. Scary. To wake up every day and say, I'm stupid, but I want to figure out a way to be smarter. Versus saying, man, so you limit this box. So your box becomes so small of things you can do. And then, through examining myself, getting some willpower, some courage, it became bigger than this table. How bad do you want this? If it's as bad as you want to live, breathe, or sleep, whatever the hell it may be, I can work with you. Most people don't want it that badly. Which is why they want to ask the question, how did you get to where you are? Do you know how to do it? You know exactly how to be you or how to be me. You don't want to do it. So I can't make you do it. And nor do I have the time or energy to force you into that place that I know you have to be to do it. There's no luck in this game, man. There may be a little bit of luck, but the luck happens after you bust your ass and you put yourself in that lucky situation. Luck doesn't happen. You put yourself in that situation where luck might happen. And that's what people don't know. But to get there, luck ain't gonna happen. You have to put yourself in that situation, man. It takes a lot of work. It's you. You forget that. Every fucking day I wake up and I go out to some fucking shit. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? Do you want to walk around all day and you want to be cool, but you didn't? So it's perform without purpose. You have to learn how to get up and do. You ain't got no fucking 5K, no 10K, nothing. Nothing exists. Your life fucking sucks. You're in a fucking dungeon. But guess what? I'm still going to eat. Because when that time comes, because the time is going to come, when that purpose is there, you'll be ready. And they want to ask me, how did you do it? I can't tell you how, because you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You're going to continue being there, because every day you wake up, like he says, right, get the coffee, make the pancakes, kiss the girl, kiss the kids. You wake up, right to work. Nothing is easy. Nothing is like, oh, I wake up and I just do this, I do that. It just, I watch people every day go through life, and it's so easy. For me to be where I'm at today, it takes every pitiful. So when I speak about it, and as I get going here, you'll start seeing me, the tempo will rise, the passion will come out, because I'm back there. I'm doing what I do every day to become a human being. And so nothing is easy. Like running is running. It sucks. But you have a choice to make. Do you want to sit down and go back to that guy you once were? No. So this is what it takes. This is what it takes, that misunderstanding of people, and they'll never get it because they never did God. So that is what it takes for me to do what I do. It may take you something different. So for me, everything has to be in the study. Everything has to be in this. Everything has to be, everywhere I am, it has to be there. Me, focus, right? Self-discipline is everything. And if you don't have it, I'll look at you like, I know you're capable of more. It's not discipline so much for me. It's all on you. It's all on you. The self part is what's big. We need someone to hold people accountable. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. We count on people too much to get us through. And we look to our right, we look to our left, looking for help. And if you can build that self, you can build that total accountability in oneself. And it's not about being selfish. I'm trying to create a better me. So hopefully people who are hearing this are taking it the right way and can say, I can run a mile. They ain't got to run a 205 miles, do 4,000 feet. So they know much. How bad do you want this? If it's as bad as you want to read, sleep, whatever it may be, I can work with you. But a lot of people, most people don't want it that badly. Which why they always ask the question, how did you get to where you are? Do you know how to do it? You know exactly how to be you or how to be me. You don't want to do it. So I can't make it, nor do I have the time or energy to force you into that place that I know you have to be to do it. No one's going to come and help me. No one's going to come and help me. It's just me against me, period. And so I had to man up. And I said, the first thing I start doing is face every fucking fear I have. Right? What the fuck it is, man. And these things would keep me up. And I know people who are hearing this shit, they will never really understand and grasp when you face these things and so many things, how they keep you up and haunt you at night.
Since there's a lot of people out there that know what we're talking about.
I mean, and so that's what it did. I had two options. To either be that 300-pound guy who sprayed for cockroaches and made $1,000 a month, and at 24 years old, knowing when I'm 50 years old, I can reflect on this and think about what guy I never became, or I can totally just sack it up and fail and fail and fail until I succeed. So I started calling recruiters up. I said, I'm going to be a Navy SEAL. And every recruiter, so there's a weight and height, this was the weight to get in the military. And I was 6'1" and 297. And I had prior service, which was a big deal. So I called all these recruiters up and all said, hey, how tall are you? We got the conversation to see how he's even qualified. And by the time I got to my weight, phone would hang up pretty much like, hey, you know what? Call somebody else. Well, I'm trying to get in the reserves. So I tried to get in the reserves. And I called this guy named Steven South, the recruiter up. He said, hey, come on in. He saw me coming through the weight standard and all sort of stuff. And to get into the class I had to get into, I had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months. So I was like, I can't do that. I'm shaking my back. This next morning or this next night, I went to work and I hit all that cockroaches too much. I hit the mother load of cockroaches. And this restaurant got full of cockroaches and rodents and everything else. And I sat there and said, this is my life. Everybody is around all day getting the pain guys. They padded down here. This is what they talking about. There's not a car, a person inside. They pad over here. It's the same thing. Not a car or a person inside. People will get outside my straight back. Like I get it from a lot of things. But right now, this morning, I'm getting that side. They let the car, the back person. Everybody's in there, sleep, dreading that it's a Monday. Hate this Monday. I'm loving it. I'm not where everybody's getting weaker. I'm getting stronger. It's not about the swimming, the push-ups, the sit-ups. That's about what those things do for your mentality. You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here, getting it every daggone day. Stay home. I became obsessed with being the baddest motherfucker that God ever created. Am I that? I don't care. I believe it. And I was trying to tell them, once you become obsessed with something, obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say. You gotta be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do. It's about being an ex-SEAL, people.
Oh.
The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And then you help other people become better from you being the best in the world. So if your family doesn't understand, why are you so damn crazy? Because I'm trying to be the best I can to give you the best that I am. And it takes me.
The only time you get extras when there's nothing to say.
You're crazy.
Say, yo, hold on. I got it done.
A lot of us are going through a hard time in life. Some people have been bullied. Some people are distressed out. Some people are insecure. Some people are fat and overweight. And the world is stuck in your pocket. It's not just you. You can help it. And my whole thing is about, I had to develop a mindset that was indestructible. I had an armor plate in my mind. And it's about what you're saying to yourself, but it also comes from work. So whenever I'm getting beat down, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever I was going through, I'm just saying, I would put, you can't hurt me. Can't hurt me just became a message. I would say to myself. And that's just kind of where it comes from. Let me teach you the real life. How good it is. The reason why you're a loser, the reason why you're not making it, I would always speak all the time. I'm looking at the audience. These people sign up. And every year go to convention, thinking they're going to learn something. No, you're lazy. You know exactly what to do. Because even me, in my state of, I can't read it right. I know exactly what to do. It just sucks doing it. It sucks to do it. We have an obligation to live our lives to absolute fullest. Life is one big tug of war, and you don't win that tug of war by pushing the rope. You have to pull that motherfucker. And a lot of times you have to pull yourself through life. This morning, I did not want to get up, so I had to pull my ass out of the bed. But guess what? I'm into that run. Just stepping in that run, I'm trying to gain more and more confidence. But to gain that confidence, you have to be willing to pull yourself out of bed, pull yourself out of wherever life is throwing at you to gain that confidence. By the time the run was over, I was like, you motherfucker, I once again beat your ass. You gotta be willing to find the confidence. Stay in the fight, stay in the war, stay in the battle, armor your mind. It sucks to wake up every morning of your life and say, God, man, I'm not smart. So guess what I gotta do? I gotta study the same that I get one of the highest scores in the nation on. And do it again. It's not just there. How about you? Just so you know, man, there's a start line to quit. And usually that start line, it starts for people to any endeavor being out of shape. Not the best shape of their lives. Have you ever seen a fighter? Man, the guy that he's fighting is in really shape. Another person looks gassed. He only has one thought in his mind, and that's quitting. That's what he has. Being out of shape, it limits all of your options. So showing up to any endeavor, the best shape of your life, what that does is it opens up all your options. And the biggest option that it gives me, if I show up that way, is, all right, I'm in the best shape of my life. How can I get the body-mind connection going better? Pain and suffering. So just learning so much about stuff. Before I knew it, man, I built this beautiful car. Like, how did I do that? And I knew how to, and I know how to do it because I have all the tools. Through all the failure I went through trying to build this person who's God to. If I have a big manual to study, I will have to get a bunch of spiral notebooks from the daggone store. And each page, I have to write each page out, maybe 10 times. So there was a 1,000-page dive manual. Most people, I'm not smart, I'm gonna go and pass this test. I realized, hang on a second, I'm not smart. How can I get past this? How can I get through this obstacle? I need to acquire this book 18 months in advance because it can take me 18 months to write down each page over and over again to then put it to memory. So when the question came up, I'd written that question so many times down that on paper that I could recall, and that's how I did it. So you gotta strategize on each problem you have in life. Slowly break down that problem. Don't think about all the problems you have, just one at a time. And before you know it, you fix all these problems. You're not focusing on just on the one thing at a time. Remember taking these tests that are real hard? In the back of my brain, it's like, good chance you're not gonna make it, guys. This ain't you, bro. This ain't you. You weren't born like this. This ain't you, the real you, bro. Study all you want to, but the second that computer comes on with 100 questions, this ain't you, man. Comes back, pass again, pass again. But that one way back here every time, just saying, that's you. That's you. And I have to outwork that more. When I'm taking that test and I get to a question, I don't even know the answer. Man, and then, says I told you, man, that ain't you. You're 300 pounds, man. He said I only figure out how to do your hair. That's what you do. How to come to school and get your first baldness when you're 16. That's you. Anybody that knows me knows one thing. I should be a fat guy. So I get all these emails. Wow, people want to lose weight. I want to lose 50 pounds, got to be in 3 months. How do I do it? My response to them is, what have you done so far? I know the answer. The answer is nothing. I know you need to wake up one morning and decide to damn email me to see what you can do. You won't go days and weeks and months. Not much when you saw the spirit. Going out for a little run. Feeling like you're damn fat. Jiggling. If you want something, everything out there is free to you. Google them up.
475.
What's breakfast run? Lunch run. Dinner run. Snack run. Stay on. People don't know how to turn their minds on. People don't know what smokes and laws, why. I'm trying to activate something. I'm trying to activate passion. One, hope, the dog, the savage. That motherfucker's falling asleep. When I show up and I'm in great shape, I can wake that savage beast up. You gotta learn yourself, know how to wake yourself up. But if you don't show up in the best shape of your life, your mind is worthless to you, so your savage is dead. And you will live exactly the way you live now, questioning who you are, wondering what is possible, wondering what you are capable of doing. That's how it looks. Or you can be me, which, am I happy? No, never really thought about it. Don't really care about it. All I really cared about was I looked in that mirror, I saw a patient. Happiness wasn't on the mirror at 16. Or I was like, oh, I'm looking for happiness. Well, I looked at myself in the mirror and said, all right, well, you did it again today. You're a bad boy. Because this sucks. I had about a couple minutes now, but I got the carrot. The second I lay down to go to bed, the carrot's gone. Because I'm waking up all through the night. Check the work I did that day. Did I get this track right? Did I get this right? Did I get that right? What did I do? Oh my God, I'm already losing it. Everybody says they have no time. They have no time because you haven't really saw how your day is. We put so much fluff time in there on your phone. How much time on your phone? And I take all the excuse away. That book takes every excuse away from you, man. And you're like, well, I guess I gotta get after it now. I had to make up these things in my mind and things I had to overcome. And I worked out my mind. Through a process, and it basically started working out. It started with working out. I started with doing, like, if it started raining outside, for instance, my mind would say, Dad, man, I don't want to go run. If it was 3 o'clock in the morning, it started raining outside. My mind said, you gotta go
Get up and go.
you have to, because I was fighting this other person. Everything I didn't want to do is what got me to where I'm at today. Every single thing. So when we find comfort, that's where I started getting scared. When I started saying, oh, it's raining, I'm not going out there. No, you cannot say that. You cannot do that. You have got to do this. The other, so whatever my brain thought, I did the opposite. Wherever the comfort was, I looked at the opposite. And over a period of time, boy, it calluses this out of your mind. You start to really develop a whole nother being. I'm in the military. I went to this school. It was all about projects. They give you a wheelbarrow with 5 people, but the wheelbarrow had no wheel. They give you cinder blocks, 2x4s, and you have to get all that from point A to point B at one carry. There wasn't get creative. And I was bored. I was bored all kinds of hard issues, lung issues, bone issues. So I had to get creative. I didn't have a lot to work with. A lot of you use that as an excuse. You don't have a lot to work with. So you want to die all preserved. Make sure you die being used up. Find out what you have and get maximum potential out of that mother. Stay home. We are leaving a lot on the table. My book is called Can't Hurt Me. Why is it called Can't Hurt Me? Life isn't fair. We have to understand that. It shouldn't be fair. It's a trial ground, it's a testing ground. It's built to make us smarter. It's built to make us as strong as we can, to test us, to drive us. So, mentality is the only thing that gets us through life. I was an underdog. You're all underdogs in life. Even the baddest person in the world think that way. So you should always have I've never arrived mentality. And the can't hurt me mentality is no matter where you come from, the sewer or wherever you think you're from. When I got out of the sewer, I got to the road and looked around and said, can't hurt me. Nothing should ever hurt you. If you believe that, it starts to come true. The biggest misunderstanding about David God of all time. It's like whether you believe in God or not, I do. He put this lab rat, which is me, on this planet. And said, let me see what a beat up, abused kid who can barely live, who has a twisted body, messed up genetics, sickle cell, this and that. Let me give him everything that pretty much disqualifies you from the military. But back then, it wasn't extras. And let's put him in this and see what comes out. So to do that, friction, you don't wake up in the morning time and go to coffee. Matter of fact, sometimes I don't even sleep. That's why when I train a fighter or I train someone, I'm like, you have no, get out how great you really are. Because you are using such minimal of what you have. Through my journey, I figured out the one piece I was missing. I thought it was cars. I thought it was women. I thought it was everything. The one piece I was missing was me having the courage to face myself. And once you do that on a daily basis, it's not about the running. People go about working out. Working out my work ethic from was hours I had to spend learning this. When you sit down and you're not smart, and you have a disability, and you still want to be an athlete, I want to get by. Realize that I can learn. It's hard work. And I can think the value of going to school, if I got put in 10 hours more a day, yes. You know what kind of strength comes from that? I sit down, that guy that down and put me for an hour, and you know I caught you. I caught you, and I am done. But I have a work ethic to catch you. When Apollo Creed beat the Rocky, beat the shit out of him, he kept fighting. He was a dumb fighter, couldn't read, couldn't write, just punchy, everything about him. And Rocky beat the shirt. Apollo, he was in the corner, everybody was saying, stay in the. And him getting up, Apollo Creed raised his arms up and turned around, but he wouldn't fight. He turns around and sees this guy getting up, and it was the face of Apollo Creed that changed my life. The face of Apollo Creed. Just by that mother getting up. Not winning, just by him getting the up. Who's his champ? He's the best. Rocky had taken his soul.
Let him tricep
It
extend.
was really taking his soul. His head goes down. He looks at him like, oh, are you? I wanted to be that. Not Rocky. I want to be the guy that people look at. I don't care if you like me or didn't like me. I don't care. But said, this motherfucker's going to keep coming after whatever the is in front of him. I wanted that. I wanted that. I wanted that worse than anything in the world. People want to do a documentary on him. I don't know. I want to do a documentary on him. Because I will have normal, everyday people picking stuff apart on his life mission. Who wants to live like that? It's crazy how it's almost like he's sick. He's psychotic. The most frustrating thing with me is when normal people judge a man like myself on what it really takes to extract
41 minutes, 600.
greatness from nothing. It takes every bit of who you are if you choose that route. If you don't, Merry Christmas, do what you gotta do. There was no talent. It was just try again, try again, try again. And that sucks, man. It builds an anger. It builds an anger, man, when you see people just falling through life. Like, you're going back to Michael Jordan, who was born February 17th. Jim Brown, great running back, February 17th. I was like, oh my God. And as I started getting older, I realized, man, I can't even dunk basketball. Man, I can't. I can run, man, my legs are all up. I can't run a football. I'm like these guys. So that's when I started gravitating towards, like, the Crawfords, the people like that are in the book, just the normal everyday Joes.
There we
Not
go.
normal everyday
I think
Joes.
Scott.
What these guys had was courage, character, commitment, discipline. These are things that every human being can work on their own. You don't need talent. You need discipline. But the biggest key to success in anything you do is you gotta have an unlimited supply of this drive and passion. And it may come from nothing. Like for me, there was no passion, no drive, no nothing. But I had this fire that I'm gonna be somebody. And it has to be there because on all those bad days, all those days you don't wanna, you have to be your own motivator, your own coach, your own trainer, your own everything. If you pan it down here, you see it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. There's not a car or a person inside. If you pan over here, it's the same thing. Not a car or a person inside. People want to know where I find my strength at, where I get my strength. I get it from a lot of places, but right now, this morning, I'm getting it from, there's not a motherfucker that's up. There's not a car, there's not a person. Everybody in their bed, sleep, dreading that it's a Monday. Hate this a Monday. And I'm loving it. I'm looking at where everybody's getting weaker, I'm getting stronger. It's not about the running, the swimming, the push-ups, the sit-ups. It's about what those things do for your mentality. You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting up after every daggone day. Stay hard. Call it maximizing minimal potential. I was born with nothing, but I realized that most of them are lazy. So a lot of people, let's say out of 10%, let's say the average human being has 10%. Let's give me 2%. I know the average human being is going to strip away 9 of that 10%. So if I utilize my 2%, I just put you up. Wow, yeah. And that's what people don't get. Maximize minimal potential. People look at me and say, man, that's a lot of potential. No, I have a lot of accomplishments that I utilize my maximum potential. I maximize every bit I have to be where I'm at today. That's why I'm not bad. I don't take days off. I don't have that wiggle room that some people do. And a lot of you don't either. So you gotta make that shit up somewhere. Maximize minimum potential. Perform without purpose. Because I go through when I write these books, I go through and try to dumb down their guns. How can I give normal people, not normal, but I found something that most don't want to find. How can I speak to people and give them something from this crazy psychotic brain that I just love? How can I give them that? So I sit down with Jennifer for years and write down perform without purpose, house your mind, armor your mind, the cookie jar, the accountability mirror. That people can use their life. You have to come into work, and work is, whatever your work may be, ready to go. What that means is you may have failed miserably yesterday, but you come to work like, people are like, man, you just lost everything. How the hell are you just fucking damn motivated? Because this is what it takes. This is what it takes. And you gotta get it from wherever you can. Whether you make up this illusion of your life or this false reality that gets you motivated, whatever gets you motivated, it's gonna be here at the tip of your brain at all times. Because in those dark moments, you gotta pull out. I kept picturing me falling down and getting up. I would even myself, I wanted to feel something besides defeat. I wanted to just go the distance. And that going the distance pushed me to a point of, now I go way past the distance. But the biggest one is, we are all great. No matter if you think you're dumb, no matter if you think you're fat, no matter if you are fat, no matter if you've been bullied, or no matter if you just got back from Iraq or Afghanistan, and you have no legs or your arms or whatever, man, we all have greatness. It just, you gotta find the courage. You gotta find the courage to put your Bose headphones on and silence the noise out of this world and to find it. And to find it is out there, but it's gonna take hard work, courage, self-discipline. It's gonna take all the non-cognitive skills. All the non-cognitive skills to be great. You know, smart is good, all this stuff is good, that's all cognitive. It's the non-cognitive skills that set you apart from everybody else. And that's what it's all about. The barbaric life that I live, that you have to live, the almost obsession that you must have to be great, you can't put it in the bro. You can't put it. Can't write about it. It has to be experienced. It has to be experienced. And you can't even, after you experience it, to write it in a book, it would seem like easy to be locked up. To say too gory. It's too gory. It makes sense for a guy that every second of the day, he is trying to extract more from something. He's constantly thinking, he's constantly disciplined, never going off the path.
Whatever is looking like the ideal, you said 500.
It's a
Like, yo.
And very few people, if any, understand what that is. I'm almost 50, and I've been this way for almost 30 years. Like, we do it fine. You never, like these questions, I don't get them, I don't understand them, so yeah, that's where David Young's got really invented. Was acting with 20 spiral rooms that were empty. And then 3 months later, they were full. Going through that, I have in my storage room. You're going through these spiral notebooks, like, and you're like, this is how I learn. It's unbelievable. There's no miles. It's not about the miles. It's that. Having a discipline every day to say, for me to learn this one math problem, it's going to take me 10 hours. And that's where it, and you realize through hard work, you can outwork anybody. No matter how badass they are. But that's the part people don't want to dive into. So I started gravitating more towards the everyday person that went way beyond. There was that blue black line I talk about in the book. That blue black line where you reach greatness. And I started realizing that's what I can do. I can outwork them. I can outwork everybody. That's what it takes. I can't dunk. But over here, everything that I want is over here in this fucking pile of shit. Hard work, dedication, sacrifice. I can do that. I can do that all fucking day long. I can get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. over there. We have two voices in our mind. And boy, I know they're fucking true. I've heard them. I hear them now. And they're real. There's that one voice. That voice I used to love to hear, that we love to hear. It's that soft one. That soft one. Voice that says, sleep the fuck in. It's okay. It's that calming voice. You want to be hugged and nurtured and all that shit. That says, it's going to be okay. Well, there's one of those. Yes. That wakes you up in the middle of the night. It's not your girlfriend. It's not your boyfriend. It's that demon voice that whispers in your ear that says, get up one. Now, good enough. Gotta work fucking harder. You gotta put the time in. Let that voice want to run away from. Let that voice don't want to hear. But guess what? It's that voice you need to listen to. Stay hard. Listen to it. A lot of us dream big. You should dream big. Dream big's important. You know, some of us will be doctors, lawyers, dentists. Some of us want to be in special operations. So you have this big dream, you can see it so clearly, like it's right in front of you, you can't touch it. But the thing about it is somewhere you dream big enough, somewhere down that journey, that dream becomes a nightmare. And what happens in that nightmare, so you have all these questions, like, if you want to be in special ops, you may not be a great swimmer. You may just realize, I'm not a great swimmer, I'm not a great runner. You may start to fail tests. And all these questions start to flood your mind. Why am I here? I'm not good enough. Trust me, I know all about the questions. They will flood your mind. If you do not have the answers for them, you will quit. The answers lie in the repetitions. You must not forget the repetitions you put into trying to dominate the crap that you're in today. Always, always embrace the sun, adapt to the sun. What the hell are we all waiting for? I'm attacking life. When the stars to align. Back when I was growing up, the sun came out. All I need is a miracle. Well, guess what? That miracle ain't coming. There is no perfect time to start. You gotta start changing your life. We're all being tested in life. And guess what? This is one test you can't cheat on. We all have our own test. Some of us are obese. Some of us are depressed. Some of us are insecure. The military has a big old rucksack on their back. And batteries, water, extra gear. Your extra gear is a bigger deal with the life. And the only way to overcome it is for you and you alone to face it. You gotta do your best work when you're the least motivated. So those days you don't want to do it, guess what you gotta do? You gotta second go. Stay hard. There's so many times in life you don't want to be doing what the fuck you're doing. You can't just quit. Remember this. It's in the hobby, it's in the joke, it's a fucking lifestyle. So when you say to yourself, support, there's no fucking coach, there's no training to keep you going, it's only you. So think about it. You're working your whole life to get a seat at the table. The seat at the table is going to be the best amongst all the best people in your career field. So you finally get that level. It's steak, lobster, it's a big dinner. Everybody's showing up. That's the nines. Make sure you show up soaking wet, getting out, working out hard. Towel around your neck. You respect the man. So make sure you put that towel on that nice chair so you don't, The whole thing is this. Don't say a word. Stay uncommon amongst uncommon people. You're never done. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Stay hard. So I got an email the other day. This guy's talking about he's struggling to get up. Wants to go to the gym and start flying early in the morning. I said, I was 24. I had the same condition, man. The same problem. So I started studying it. The more I studied it, I came up with this crazy. I was being a bitch. When I say bitch, it's not gender specific. It's a mindset. In God's it means weak, soft, feel sorry for yourself. Get your ass up and lace them up. Stay hard. Just start with 17 hours flight. I'm sitting there thinking, take a day off. No. But you don't think it's hard. There's always someone out there working hard.
Oh, no?
There's someone out there.
Philosophy. Ja, even. Zo bestek ik jou.
Ja, even.
Die maakt werk.
Mooi werk.
Ja, maar
Diepe rond.
You make sure the name face is yours. You do the whole. Get to somebody's head. On the space. In those times when you're at quit, you're all human. You make sure you remember one thing. All the times, hours, days, you sacrifice to be better. Stay hard. So we got a lot of questions over the holidays. One thing I want to finish when I start. I get 2 weeks into it, and then I stop. But just think about it. People forget one thing about me. I used to be you. I used to be a bad guy. And here was a guy that was under mediocre, or even average. So this is a lot. Why you stop? It's because you're lazy. It's because you don't mind getting that grades in school. They're not talking enough to be mediocre, to be average, to sit around and watch people do great things. You don't like it. So there's your answer. Your answer is you don't care about yourself, so you don't stay in fight. Stay home. This is all about the 20 in mind. So what's the 20 in mind? So let's say it's day one of a job interview. We all know what that shit feels like. You have your clothes laid out. You got your food ready to go in the morning. You've been preparing for weeks and weeks and weeks. You show up and you bring your best self. Good job. Merry Christmas. All right. After a couple months, you start showing up to work a little later. You don't look as good. Your clothes aren't laid out. Your breakfast isn't ready. Your mind is getting softer. We do that shit in real life. When New Year's coming up, guess what? Don't have a quitting mind. Repetition every day. Stay hard. I get a lot of questions. People ask me for help. So I asked them, what have you done to help yourself? Most of them say, I've been working hard. All about being your own hero. So I'm not about kissing your ass. In life, a lot of us believe that we're working much harder than we actually are. We think if we got up early for 4 days, we can something. There's people in these different, programs that do it for 30 days. And there's a lot of programs that are 30 days. And 30 programs are good, but it's kind of bad. Because while they say it takes 3 weeks to develop a habit or something, it's always this habit. I'll tell you right now, 30 days ain't what you shoot for. The permanent, you want to make it permanent. You start talking about a year, 18 months, 2 years, that's a sacrifice. And when you commit yourself to something for a year, you're not going to say, that. Because in your mind, you have a clear day. That year took a lot out of you. That year built me. That year started to scrape away all that scar tissue. Started to clean me up. 30 days isn't clean up. 30 days just kind of covers up, put a blanket over it. It's like putting a rug over it. A year, it cleans you up nicely, man. Whatever your problem is, if you can dedicate yourself for a year or something, you can be a changed person. At the beginning of the year, like you had goals, ambition, drive, a lot of motivation. Well, it's Easter. It's the middle of April. Right now, I put backstops out there to make sure I don't get too far off course. I put those backstops in my personal life to make sure I don't get too far away from my goals, my dreams. A lot of you are proud of who you are. You're like the person you're creating. Do nothing. Start from scratch. Create somebody that's
Make sure you get 20 buttercup.
No.
Hey, kids! You better try it! Whatever this thing, the person that music appeals me, she's taking me off the car right now. This is too nasty. What you say?
Trying to go too fast and you skim from on the push-ups.
No, that's that last set. 2 sets or whatever. I thought you. I was like,
It's like 18.
I'll take it. Let's make this down at 16. No, that's where I was. But you might have been at 15.
That's everything.
It's all about mindset. Yeah. That's it, man. You have to change the dialogue in your head. And one thing I guarantee you, as soon as that out, by January 1, all that game that you started, all that motivation, you just burn out 10 to 12 days later. So let's see how far you can take that.
It's already an hour, 2 minutes. Just kill it.
Yeah, 4 left. Always kind of bad. I want a workout program. I don't want to do it anymore. Because you're wasting.
So, what happened to get that? 4, it's hour already. What's that? Breaking point.
Right, or they keep the workout program, but then they're like, hey, they hit you up again. What kind of watch do I need to get?
That's right. That's right.
That's right. You just keep coming, and the day goes by without anything going on.
Kind of go to the store, buy a pair of shoes, and Merry Christmas. Have fun. Call me after you lose some weight running your ass to the dirt, and then we'll work on some other shit.
Right.
Get your pace up. There you go, man. This morning I woke up with slack jaw, Paris mentality. I've been traveling an awful lot, kind of worn down a little bit. I believe in taking days off. I think days off is real important for recovery and all that stuff. But I don't believe in taking days off because your mentality is just feeling sorry for yourself. But I deserve it, so I earned that mentality. And that's what I was saying to myself today. It's horrible. So I'm going to have one voice. You know, one voice is very powerful that says, hey, you earn this, you deserve this, take time off, all that stuff. Start developing the other voice. The other voice that fights that voice. When it's not a designated day off, I don't care if it's running, swimming, biking, studying. If it's not a day off, don't take a day off. And start developing that voice, that fights the trigger voice. So remember that. We all have one voice, we're going to have a voice also. I became obsessed with being the best that God ever created. Am I that? I don't care. I believe it. And I'm going to tell you, once you become obsessed with something, obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff. You got to be balanced. Be the best in the world. And what you do, some of the next deal, people, the best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And then you help other people become less from you being the best in the world. So if your family understand, why are you so daggone crazy? Because I'm trying to be the best I can to give you the best that I am. And it takes being obsessed to where people think you're crazy.
What do you think most people get wrong about motivation?
They think it's a permanent fix. They think it's something that is a constant. They think that maybe once I get it, I'm gonna hold on to it. And that's the thing about it. I was telling you, that I always talk about. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. And a lot of times you have to learn to perform without motivation. You have to learn to perform without purpose. You have to learn to perform a lot of different things. And that's what people think. They think I need to have this
Oh, that's
motivation
5 minutes.
to work out, just better, to be better. So if you don't have
Yeah,
that,
that.
then don't do it. And that's where you fail. You have to learn to train your mind well beyond motivation. If you have motivation, that's great. That's some kindling to the fire. All it takes is a little bit of spark, you can put a whole thing. But motivation, you have to learn to exist without it. learn to be, you have to be your best self and your least motivated. And that's the tricky part about all this shit. Motivation is just a word. You have to have these different things in your mind where you want to go and know that motivation is not going to get you there. Because I'm not going to always be motivated. There's no shit. There's no motivation. There's no, oh my God, man. Listen, no. It's every day of your life just doing it. No passion. No motivation. All these words I hate. People I hate. That's silly. Use that because it's water. It's someone sitting in a room by themselves and figure themselves out. And say, God, from it. Where's passion? When you're 300 pounds.